Right, welcome back. It's 22 minutes before 8. November or Movember. It really is just not just an opportunity to act silly and grow some facial hair for fun. You know what Movember's all about, mostly men growing moustaches during the month of November. It's also an opportunity for the world to raise vital funds and awareness for men's health issues. Surviving critical illnesses often comes at a very, very big financial cost. How do you prepare for such costs? Should such an eventuality actually occur? Well, here to talk a little bit about this is Anele Mbuya, who is a senior actuary with Old Mutual. Good to have you on the program. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thanks, Leanne. Thanks for having me.
I commented a bit earlier. I can see you trying.
No, I'm trying.
You're trying hard. What's the date? What is the day? The 12th. So that's 12 days of growth.
Yes.
Anele.
28. 18 days to go.
You got a way to go.
Yeah.
You got a way to go. But it's okay. It's all for a good cause. I mean,
Sure.
you know, we talk about Movember being a fun month, but it really is raising exceptional awareness when it comes to having a critical illness and the devastating effect it can have financially on a family.
True.
Yeah. Well, what do we do to ensure that we're protected against this?
So basically, I think the first step is to be aware that cancer is real. So if you look at the statistics, 1 in every 6 men in their lives, they'll get cancer. So for one to get cancer, they have to go through 4 stages. There's 1, diagnosis, where they're diagnosed with cancer. 2, where they have to go for treatment. And then 3, they have to sort of recover at home. And 4, the other unexpected costs that are associated with cancer. So looking at phase 1 and phase 2, which is diagnosis and treatment. So people can be covered using medical aids. However, but sometimes the funds from medical aid may not be enough to sort of cover the treatment for cancer because it can cost up to 500,000 rand, depending on the type of cancer. So in that case, a person would need sort of another product, for example, severe illness cover, which is sort of will pay a cash sum when they're diagnosed, and they help to sort of recover and, you know, cover all the other costs that are associated with the treatment and radiation, chemotherapy, and so forth.
So medical aid is not enough, is what you're saying? I'm
not saying that, but it may not be enough.
It may not be
enough.
So
people should know...
Do you need to have another buffer fund? Do you have to have another savings for an eventuality?
You have to sort of check what kind of benefits you get from your medical aid.
Yeah.
So if it may be enough. So if it's not enough, then you maybe need a gap cover.
Yeah.
So it's critical that people should be aware of the different financial products that, you know, they should have in the case that they get cancer.
Well, you know, there could be a case where, for instance, the primary caregiver, who may be the father or the boyfriend in a relationship, is not able to work, and then your income doesn't come in anymore.
Yes.
What do you do in a case like that? Is it important to take out some form of an income protection policy, or you educate us? What do we do, or how do we look after ourselves that way?
So basically that will be phase 3 of cancer, where you have to recover at home and you don't have to go to work. So medical aid, I don't think it will cover that stage. So if you have a severe illness cover, so you get a cash lump sum that will help you live through the month and pay your expenses and all the other expenses that you may incur during that period. Yeah.
So is it vital that most people or all people take out a serious illness cover?
I think it is very vital. Yeah. They should consider taking a severe illness cover from a financial service provider.
Will that sort of guarantee that on a monthly basis you get some form of income if you have taken out this cover and you're not allowed to work anymore?
So it pays a cash sum. So it depends on what you want to use with that lump sum. Say if it pays out 500,000, you can budget, say you're not working for the next 6 months. You can use that 500,000 to sort of cover your monthly expenses until you are fully recovered and able to go back to work.
Okay. You know, we talk about prostate cancer a lot and the emphasis on that, but, you know, through your studies, what other illnesses should we really be looking at and protecting ourselves against?
I mean, looking at men, there are 2 types of cancer that are prevalent. There's the prostate cancer that you're talking about. There's also the testicular cancer. So those 2 are the major severe cancer that, that men should be aware of.
Okay. You know, some people do survive cancer and they get over it and it's over for them. The treatment and everything that's done has worked. But there are others that have to live with it for the rest of their lives. So what are the 2 types of scenarios we should look at there?
So basically, if sort of you have to live throughout the life, you have to look at other different financial products that you can have. For example, medical aid may cover that. So, but for example, if you're not working, then you need another product besides medical aid, for example, severe illness cover.
Yeah.
And in the event that you don't survive cancer, you'll need a product called the life funeral product, or a funeral cover, so which will cover for your funeral expenses in the event that you pass away from cancer. And also you'll need like a life product to pay a significant amount of money to your dependents so that they're not affected financially.
Is there enough education out there about all of this?
We try.
Yeah.
I think there is, different companies are sort of have this program called financial education, where they try to educate South Africans on the different types of financial products that they can have to cover unfortunate events such as cancer and death and disability.
Yeah. A lot of healthy men, if we have to look at statistics, I mean, for where you're working, do men take this cover out?
They do take it.
They do, but
so,
how many? Is it you know, if we have to look statistically, I know it's difficult for you at one institution, but do men think of the future or think of these illnesses that they can get and the consequences thereafter?
I mean, that's why there is Movember, where we're creating awareness of such severe illnesses, so that men should be aware of them and they should actually take their health seriously and go for annual checkups so that they'll be diagnosed. If they're diagnosed with a severe illness, they have to sort of go for treatment.
Yeah.
And they have to have a financial product, you know, to cover for the costs for those treatments.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for educating us. I know it's always a difficult subject to talk about, but unfortunately it is the reality of life, and we have to prepare for the unexpected.
Yep.
And that, I think, is what we're doing here on the programme. Focusing in on men's health, it is November. Movember is really the time where the spotlight shines on men and illnesses they're associated with it. You'll find lots of beards and moustaches becoming rather common on the streets. So that is in awareness for cancer. Thank you for joining us. Anele Mbuya, who is a senior marketing actuary with Old Mutual, talking to us about different covers that you can take out for your life insurance. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you